was everything, that I hoped it would be, leading Duke to a Final Four, after coming off a rough year the year before that, sending Coach K out. We wanted to send him out obviously on top, but to get him back on that stage, at the last weekend of college basketball was the goal, getting to New Orleans. So to get there, for me and the team was big. Unfortunately, it came up short, but I was happy to be there.
What was great about you this year was even if you were in foul trouble or struggled, you always knew there was a point late in the game that if the game was on the line, you needed a big shot, if they got you the ball, you were ready to take it.
The coaches, my teammates always having my back and always reminded me, that no matter how good of a game or how bad of a game I was having, they wanted me to take that shot or make that play. They were comfortable with it and they all trusted me. So knowing that, it just made me, fearless and, kind of just let me go out there and be me. And those big moments, I love those moments. So being able to make those plays down the stretch is always, what I'm trying to do.
It's not just because it's Duke, but like I see Jason Tatum. I see a lot of similarities, not just because of Duke, but the way you play, the way you carry yourself. What do you see?
Yeah, no, I talk to Jason a lot. It's a guy who I've definitely watched a lot of. I can see the similarities for sure, but I feel like I'm unique in my own way. I definitely take some stuff from his game for sure. Just the pace he plays with on offense, the way he carries himself, on and off the court, being a young guy, but kind of coming up in the league as a rising star. I kind of admire that about him. But just the way he's been since college to now, he's just gotten better every single year, and that's kind of how I see myself developing.
You're not afraid to go inside, muscle it in there. Obviously, you're exceptional on the perimeter. What is it about banging inside at times, posting up, that you will seek those kind of shots?
Yeah, to me, that's my bread and butter. Obviously, like you said, I can play on the perimeter, but when in doubt, I'm trying to get to the basket, trying to draw fouls, get to that rim. And that's how it's always been for me. My mom was a post player, so that was some of the first stuff I was learning was how to, get positioned in the post and finish around the rim.
What's a fair criticism of what you need to work on?
I would say a fair criticism really would be my defensive consistency, off the ball especially, just staying engaged, I definitely didn't feel like I was a liability or anything, but there was times where I could let fatigue get to me or be a little disengaged on that end of the floor. But that's probably the biggest thing I've really tried to focus on and work on is, exerting that same energy that I do on offense, and bring that to the other end of the floor.
So I've been doing this a long time. I don't think there's any way to mimic what you, especially at Duke, experience playing at Cameron, because this year was packed, the pressure of that, especially the Duke-Carolina game when all the alums were there. Final Four, 70,000 fans. How do you think all of those experiences have prepared you to play in the NBA?
I think it's prepared me more than, anything. I knew going to Duke that I was going to be on the biggest stages in the biggest games. And I was, from the jump, playing at Madison Square Garden, my first ever college game, Duke versus Kentucky. You got to show up and the lights is brightest. To me, that's fun. I don't really look at it as pressure. Like, I was walking in those arenas smiling, having fun, ready to play. So heading into the NBA, it's going to be a lot more big moments, a lot more big games. So, it's going to be the same mentality for me.
Hey, you said your name for us at the beginning, but people always butcher it. What's the worst you've heard?
You hear a lot. Pablo is very common. Even though there's no B in my name, I think they just, default to that. Paolo, a lot of different mispronunciations, but.
What about on the last name?
Yeah, Banchero is probably the most common because of the CH, but yeah, hopefully as I keep, elevating, the pronunciation to become more clear.